All right, welcome back to Crypto Front. This is the front line where we are fighting together side by side for financial freedom. This is going to be a very quick update here on Xcn Onyxcoin because I think something major has happened. This video is going to be very short and stuff, but I want to kindly ask you to help me spread the video by delicately tapping the like button. It will tell the YouTube algorithm that yes, this video may be short, but it's straight to the point and it's exactly what you need in a moment like this one here. So I think something has changed here on this specific price, and what I'm looking at here obviously is that you see there is this major downtrend that we have been in for like I think over 190 days. You can see a touch point here, another one here, another one. These have always been rejections, but as you can see, the momentum is actually kind of slowed because you can see this was major. Then every single drop right there has kind of, lost momentum as we continue down there. So what has happened is that we have flipped this downward trend of like over 190 days, and now the chart is actually trending above that. So I think over the last few days what we have done here is to go ahead and backtest this trend line, and I'm sure that you have seen people draw charts like this one here, then they go down a little bit, and you're anticipating something like this to happen here for the Xcn Onyxcoin price. So this is now my view on the price. I think that we are back in bullish territory, and I'll be looking for higher price targets here, which actually brings me to the next quick point here of how high can this thing actually go. We have seen it do some crazy things in the past. The way I was introduced to Xcn Onyxcoin was actually by somebody on one of my live streams, and I want to thank that person. I couldn't remember unfortunately who the person was, but they told me that you should buy Onyxcoin, and I just woke up one day and I saw the price moving. That the next week the whole thing did like a 40x in like 2 weeks. I was like, okay, this is something. So that's great here for Xcn Onyxcoin. I think we could actually be repeating something like that very much imminently here, because we have the conditions that we need for an altcoin like Onyxcoin to pop here. But let me just go ahead and show you from a structural point of view that this what we are seeing there with Onyxcoin is very much common, right? I really don't think I pulled up my examples very well, but in the next video I promise to show you exactly what's what right there. But usually what we see is that the price rallies here, it crashes bigly, then it kind of accumulates here for a very long time, and usually when the breakout comes, it goes on to do something like this here, which if we want to measure like from the very top until the bottom here, how high it can go, we'll be looking at the full Fibonacci extension scale, right? Now that will be right around like 18, 19, 20 cents here for Onyxcoin. Now, from where the price is sitting, this is right around, an 11, 12x. Can it do something like that? I think it's very much within the normal bounds of a bull run, right? But if we want to be a little bit conservative here, which I don't find making much sense, to be honest with you, you would be anticipating here maybe like the golden ratio, which is like a 400% away from where the price is sitting at the moment. That is right around like 7.5 cents. It's a main price target for me, yes, but I'm also very much open to somewhere around like 8, 19, 20 cents thereabout. The problem there is that it has already had like a very big rally, but to be honest with you, who is to say that if you have had a big rally, you're not going to be having an even bigger one? And actually, if you look at this, you will now be setting a high compared to what we had back in 2022. So we'll see what eventually happens by there, but this is usually the structure. Maybe just for completeness sake, I'll go ahead and show you a quick example of that structure which I talked about. And this is Neo back in 2017, and you see the same thing that I've been talking about, Onyxcoin, saying that you have got that rally right, you have a huge drawdown right, and then you accumulate for quite some time here before you eventually break out. So take a look at where you eventually end up here. You look at those Fibonacci retracement tools once again from the very top until the bottom, and you see a full extension of the Fibonacci scale, right? So coming back to Onyxcoin, I think we'll be looking at the same thing right here around 18, maybe 19, maybe 20 cents thereabout. So it's looking very much positive. And the most important thing here is that we have flipped the bear trend, and now we're getting into a bullish trend, just as you saw with this trend line right there. So things are looking okay for now. I'm very much positive about it, and we'll see how high we get. 7.5 cents, and at best for now, at least for me, right around 18, 19, and 20 cents is a good price to get for Xcn Onyxcoin. I would have talked about other things, but I'm very sure that every other content creator is talking about this Bitcoin dominance, and they're also talking about how the Bitcoin price is headed for a massive rally towards maybe $150,000. As you can see that we have had this cup and handle formation, a bull flag, and that's the price target right there. So I want to thank you so much for watching the video. If you could, please delicately tap the like button, share the video with your friends and family, and of course, if you want to be seeing more and more of these Onyx coin updates, subscribe to the channel, turn on that notification bell, and then I'll see you on the next one. Take really, really good care of yourselves. Bye bye.